Launch. Broadcast is live. Welcome to Worlds Overrun. With me is Christopher Hirschberger, and I'm Eric Askew. We're going to be talking a little bit about the closeout of Worlds Overrun campaign that's going on with the Kickstarter. Help me out here, Chris.
That place with the stuff.
I'm doing good. How about you? How are you going to open? How are you going to open the stream tonight?
Because there's so much work.
This is
lazily listing to the one side.
This has been an amazing amount of work, and we're actually working on We're working on the next thing, but and I'm really excited for both this one and the next one. I want to say that Chris has done an amazing job, and I'm so glad that he's working with me on Worlds Overrun. And you have some of what I thought were one of the most interesting pieces that we created for scatter terrain. I know. He's giggling. He's giggling because it's how can we say it's
interesting, but there are a few things with these. Now, having painted them all, I would say the urchins are probably some of the coolest looking ones and some of the most interesting to play with for the terrain wise due to the footprint of said item.
Do me a favor, hold it up so they can see it like its footprint. So that's what it is on the table, and that's what it looks like when you're looking down on it.
Yeah, so when you're looking at it, got these nice, like 1.5 to 2 inch long spikes on it that get attached in as extra pieces. Those were kind of fun to paint as their own little thing.
Yep. And this
the base.
And this print's supportless.
Oh yeah, we try to do that on everything. But size comparison, I can show you real quick. I haven't done the photographs yet. So we'll take our little demon guy here. We'll stick our little demon guy here on the base, and ta-da! And there goes our demon.
Is he still whole? Is he bent?
No, he's all pewter. His sword's a little bent, but that's fine. He's old and the paint job's terrible because I did it like 20 years ago. I'll put him back on the shelf. He's fine.
That's awesome. So what are the reasons?
A horrible party foul.
I know. You got to drink it. What I loved about making the thorn urchins is that they're the kind of object that doesn't provide any cover, but they're a horrible obstacle because you have to maneuver around those spikes, which push you out into the open, and they provide a very different strategical problem on the battlefield, and although
it's a strategical problem for the painter if you don't plan properly. Now, anybody that paints those, I do highly recommend paint the spikes first before sticking them to the thing. It'll make your life a lot easier, a lot better. Otherwise, base coat it in whatever color you want on the interior, because that's going to be the hardest part to get to. So if you're going to attach these and then green stuff them so that you fill any extra gaps or do anything else with that, just make sure that you base coat it in the darker color that you want, paint the interior, and then work your way out. Because if you try to do it the other way around, you're going to get real frustrated trying to get in there with like a 3-hair brush to paint one little highlight on something that you can't quite get to because there's so many spikes and trying to maneuver around them.
So yeah, it is. They are a real challenge, but I did design them so that you have a spheroid and then all of the spikes attached to it, and you really do want to pay attention to how you're going to lay it out. Like Chris said, if you can paint all of your bits before you put it together, that's probably the best operation. Which one you got?
One of the little spikes here. And you can see the little hook that we've got on the interior here. It actually has a divot that goes inside. This made sticking them on incredibly easy. I was super happy that we had tried this on these particular pieces. It's kind of got like a nice little scoop out bevel, so you can put one nice little drop of super glue in there, kind of roll it around the connection point, and then just hold it in place for a second, and it sticks like it was cemented on. So
I'm glad you like those. Those were based on earlier trials with different projects that I worked on. And it allows us to do, now that we have that in our arsenal for how to make that particular type of key, it makes certain types of operations that much easier. And so this was actually both a technical hurdle that Chris and I wanted to overcome, but also, like I said, it is all about playing with these things and seeing how the characters and the players interact. But yeah, that was really good.
well, I like it
How
too
that worked out.
because it kind of also adds an extra piece that you can eventually attach into other things, because it's already got a decent anchoring point on there. So if you were to do any modifications on something where you wanted to add these in or do any of that kind of stuff, maybe you want some extra spikes on something else.
Oh my gosh! You know what you should have done, and I didn't even think of this until you just said that. I wish you'd taken one of your plastic miniatures and hollowed out his body with like a hot knife and impaled him on the spike, and he just like you know,
off the edge of it. Yeah, that would have been good.
Oh my gosh, that would have been, and then had like black ooze running down the spike from his corpse.
If you play war games with these, find out what your friends are playing with. Get one of their models and do this as a jab at them. I mean, I remember when I used to play Warhammer, I had a friend of mine played a lot of Space Orcs, and I had a Space Orc corpse attached to my Land Raider, and I made sure to point it out, and it was a blood smear. It's like it hit the side of the thing and like skidded off and then got impaled. It was pretty gross.
Okay, but, it's your round. Did you see my Blood Raider smeared across my what do you call it? It was a hood ornament.
Yeah, basically. I got a new orcish hood ornament.
Every round.
Every round. Yeah.
His name was Bob Glue.
His name was Mud.
Oh gosh. Oh man, yeah. Too much. So the Kickstarter's done fairly well. We've got only so many hours left to go.
42.
42. Less than what? 2 days?
Less than 2 days. Yep. Secret of the Universe.
Yep.
I'm not even going to go there.
Geez. So let me ask you guys, James, what was your favorite piece for this production?
For me, it was two pieces that stuck out. One was the Grove portal, and that's because how it was painted. It just turned out amazing. Chris, you outdid yourself on that one. And the other one was the Technicolor snout.
The Technicolor snout?
I like the Technicolor snout.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about the egg stock.
Oh.
He can't remember. He designed it, and he can't remember it.
No one called it that. No one ever called it that in the entire time we were working on it.
Oh.
I do remember the Technicolor part, but I was confused by the snout thing. I got to tell you, I didn't think that the iridescent rainbow style coloring, the sort of aquatic marine style coloring was going to work, but apparently a lot of people that Chris showed the piece off to while it was being worked on, and then later when we finally photographed it, really loved it. They were like really excited for that part.
Ta-da. Wait, that way.
Right? There it is. Yeah. And I was completely surprised at the number of positive responses we got for this piece. So, but yeah, this is I could tell you guys the backstory, but I try not to because I want everybody to make up their own stories for these pieces. But I was really happy with this overall. Yeah.
I was pretty happy with how that paint job. Hey, and there's our little Marine. That's going to be one of the last pictures that he's blue in, because I started painting him today too. So.
Yeah, I got tired of the blue guy.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to put. Well, if we're going to keep using him for a scale piece, I figured he should be painted too.
Yep.
So he gets to fight the bug in his. He's going to be in a green armor suit. So
sweet.
I love the green. So, Chris, you've worked on all of these pieces. You've had a hand in finishing them and painting them and modding them.
Mm-hmm.
I know which one's your favorites, but you have an interesting story to tell about one of the pieces and your Gma.
Oh yeah, the tree one. Yeah.
Which is
Out of the first batch of miniatures that I got, I was putting them all together, sanding things off, whatnot, and I like to show my grandmother because she's an artist, so she enjoys a lot of this stuff, even though she doesn't do a whole lot of it anymore. So I would show her the little pieces as I'm working on them, and she fell in love with one of the little trees that we had. So I painted that up and we gave it to her. So it's now sitting on the mantle as like a little finished out piece next to all the little gnome things and stuff that she has.
I think that that's really awesome, and that's something that's really unique. Is that you were able to share that with her and she appreciated it. I think that that's something else that's kind of special. Is that the three of us have we're pretty tight knit with each other and with each other's families, and that the appreciation that the other members of our families have for what we do is pretty awesome. I hope the community has equal positive experiences, both with the games that they like to play and their families. So what else do you guys want to bring up tonight?
Way to put us all on the spot there.
I know.
Stop poking me.
Exactly.
I'm
not that kind of orc.
I'm not that kind of orc. So let me bring up a couple of things and you guys can chime in. So one of the things that Worlds Overrun and Holding Creations is doing is that we're talking about providing a more extensive on-demand printing service, but we're also looking at more into what it is to be a 3D printer, how to properly make files and facilitate to the community, and also make them things that are unique and unusual. And we have a couple of other individuals working with us who I'm really excited about. And they were really surprised at the fact that we work so hard to try and make things supportless. We've kind of got a base philosophy, which is it's easier to deal with a seam than it is to deal with cleaning up supports. All of these topics are really important to us, not just, how do we provide this content to people that don't have 3D printers, but how do we provide content that is as superior as we can make it with the technology that we have. And on top of that, how do we stay cutting edge with subject matter within the community? And I find all of these things both challenging and exciting for the projects that we make. And I'm kind of curious if you guys have anything you want to bring up relating to those topics, maybe.
Well, in my case, I love supportless. I love all the artists out there that are doing supportless terrain or pre-supported. Pre-supported is just as good as supportless, because it takes the burden off of the user to know the details of how to 3D print this stuff. Just put it on the printer and it prints.
Yeah.
But I am a big fan, and most everyone that knows me knows this, of go large or go home. I believe in this with my terrain, and I believe in this with my printers. So I'm looking at building larger printers, resin and FDM, so that I don't have to have seams.
As somebody who deals with them afterwards, I greatly appreciate not having to sand the ever-loving dog out of every piece that I get, because it's got support marks and all sorts of other stuff all over it. I appreciate the fact that we go that far into thinking about the end product as opposed to just let's make something cool and try to print it as fast as possible, because there's a lot of people doing that. And the problem is that every one of those supports cuts into your detail. And that's detail that whoever is painting it or modding it afterwards has to add back in or make up on the fly. And not everybody's skill level is going to be on the same range. And I would just prefer that we make a consistently good product for everyone.
I agree.
Yeah. I think that that's something that a lot of the community are striving for. And some people are definitely knocking it out of the park with trying to maintain that supportless product. The only
sometimes.
It really is tricky. The only downside I see is that the only downside whatsoever I see, and this has only happened recently, is that some people are trying to push the support list so much that their designs are becoming, I guess, shackled to the support list nature, and they're not pushing their designs as far as they possibly could. And that's just the only hang up I have about that particular direction that the community's taken. And I think that it should always be designed first and then try and figure out how to make it nice or how to make it printable afterwards.
Yeah.
But that can be a little difficult too.
Like I say, sometimes you're going to have to print a lot more pieces than you thought in order to print it support list, but you're still using less material and you have less cleanup. You just have more assembly now.
Yeah.
So,
which is somewhat to some degree. Yeah. And I mean, that's just one more step that the end user is actually going to get to enjoy, because if you've got a piece that fits together nice, you put it all together and it's like, I got my thing, and it's almost like you get to open it a second time, because you get to open the box, enjoy the box art, open it up, take all the things off the sprue, and then assemble it up, and then it's like, I got my thing a second time, and that's kind of exciting too, especially if you don't have to go in and like clean up all the
bust out the files and the sandpaper and all the other fun stuff, and the mask if you have to wear one, depending on what the material it is that it's made out of, that you don't want to be breathing. You're just sitting there, you're like the whole time trying to get a nice smooth edge, and sometimes you go a little too far.
What are we doing? What are we doing now, Chris?
No, up here, sir, where everyone can see. Yeah. We're not going to do that on stream, okay? This is not that kind of stream.
This is not that kind of stream. Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, don't cross the streams. This is correct. That is a good movie. Bonus points if you know what movie that came from.
It's probably before most people's time. Oh, man.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
He's trying to say that you're old, James.
Damn. It's brutal.
So, yeah, go ahead.
But what's next?
Oh man, our next project. I don't want to. We're trying to hammer through it as quickly as we can. I don't want to reveal anything here tonight.
Okay.
But that whole tray, back there.
That tray is what is the project.
It's
part of it.
It's a portion of the next project.
Go big or go home.
That's a definite on this one.
We're gonna send some people home.
That could be counterproductive, though.
Mm-hmm.
Crying to their mommies.
Do I have to go back to my room? No.
I'm really excited about the next project. We're really going we're going all out in this one, and with the new guys that we've got working with us, I'm thinking that we'll be able to turn out probably one of the single biggest Kickstarters we've ever done, both in the scale of assets, but also in the scope of content. I'm really hoping that we can pull one together that a lot of people are going to fall in love with and really, go all in for. There's a lot of storytelling in this one. There's a lot of heart going into this. There's a lot of back and forth between the teams about what we need to make to fill out the product. I've been blocking out assets all weekend and all last week, just trying to get us started for this project. And I'm really excited for this Kickstarter and this next project. James has been really encouraging, really positive about the content. Chris has been trying to back me up and help me make design choices that are going to make the end consumer really excited to own and purchase and print and paint and mod all this content. It's going to be a challenge, but you give us a little bit of time, and I promise you guys, we're going to completely blow you out of the water.
I think with this one, I'm probably going to have to do a shot where I'm standing next to it.
Yeah.
I'll be looking up to it.
I mean, this next Kickstarter is unique to itself. It's probably the most unique project we've done. I mean, it covers the go large or go home. It covers the people that like to do the caverns and dungeons. It covers the people that like to do scattered terrain and buildings. We've got open lock. We've got scattered terrain. We've got miniatures. We've got monsters. It'll probably be the largest project we've undertaken.
Yeah, and wow,
Like a boss.
And we're gonna drop this thing. And,
Yeah, you know what usually happens, don't you, Eric?
What?
The boss kicks your ass.
I'm gonna kick my own ass.
Oh, hey. There's
No,
always
I
a
mean,
boss in a
whatever
game.
floats your boat, man.
If you want to be Bowser, that's up to you, man.
It'd be like Fight Club out there just kicking your own ass out in the middle of the street.
Oh yeah, I just wow, that got dark.
Just
man.
the fight scene. I'm not talking about the rest of the movie. I don't want you to live that one, but
excuse me. But yeah, what else you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. I think we had a piece of terrain we were gonna raffle off at some point.
We're raffling off another one of our painted portals on this screen.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Which one are we raffling off?
We are doing the Decimated Thorn Portal.
Okay.
And I believe James is pulling up an image now.
I'm gonna go to the. See if I can't go to our backers list.
So with this one, this is the Decimated Portal. So this will be the one that's all destroyed and oozy and stuff. This is the one that I did a bunch of extra kind of watery effects things on it for some of the green chunkiness. It's painted to match the original operational portal, minus the eyeballs, I think. But I don't think that section was actually on there when we destroyed it and whatnot. But it basically looks like a giant purpley sandworm thing with giant holes in it and green stuff, like alien blood. Because we like alien blood here. Reminds me of like glow-in-the-dark Predator stuff, because if I would have thought about it, I would have done the green paint in glow-in-the-dark so that when you turned off the lights, it glowed.
That would have been
a nice extra touch, but yeah.
That would have been a nice extra touch.
Look, double tapped it just to make sure it's dead.
So just so you guys know, when I made this, I made a tool just for so we use ZBrush for all of our content. I made a tool just for punching holes and things, doing bullet holes, and this one was another specialty one. And the idea is that since the Nidus Tunnel or the Thorn Portal is a living entity, if you shoot it enough, it collapses in on itself because it's no longer alive. It's no longer able to hold itself up. So the tunnel itself, the portal itself, just kind of collapses down. And we were talking about putting like a light in there that's sort of like one of those candle lights that glows.
Yeah, if you do that with some of the ebbing, like a green on there or something, that would be really cool. So it looks like it's just dead.
Dead.
Yep. D-E-D, it's dead, son.
So I am... Oh, wait, never mind. Trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Let's see here.
I don't know, but wherever it was, you took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Sorry. I'm trying to get to my backers report so I can look at the backer numbers so that when James raffles it off, I can announce somebody's name.
I'm getting ready to roll the dice.
Roll the digital dice, my
we've
son.
got 71, so I'm not sure if you can go up to 71.
Yeah, auto generator.
Okay.
You set in the parameters. It's all good. We have a 71-sided die here.
That's not a dodecahedron. That's a something else.
I don't think it has a name. I'm sure it has a technical mathematical name, but it's not one that I can pull off the top of my head.
It's a broken reality.
Right.
Broken reality dice.
Our random number out of 71 backers is Number 3.
Bull.
Numero tre.
Okay, it's Arcane's Workshop LLC.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
I know who that is.
Arcanus. Arcanus Workshop LLC. Well, we're
Sweet.
gonna have to let them know that
Congratulations on
that
your
they're
new
get-
terrain.
yeah, they're gonna get a package in the mail. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually have their address.
do you really?
Yeah, I do, because I bought stuff from them.
You know, now that I think about it, you can go
That
down the
works.
street and visit them almost.
They have pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're down in Virginia Beach, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
Somewhere like that. They're in Virginia somewhere.
But we don't want to tell anybody where they are because, well,
I didn't give them the address, just general area, you know. There might not be a Virginia Beach left after all of this.
oh, jeez. No.
Ah.
You're gonna make Chris angry.
Enough fear mongering for several days. We're good.
Yeah.
We have no questions in our private chat. Bit of a shame. I guess everybody's watching other things right now.
Yeah, the news.
Yeah,
I
there
know,
was an
I
announcement and a political address of some sort.
Yeah,
Or I think a presidential address of the
Yeah.
current state of affairs. But
And on to another subject.
yes,
I'm not sure what else to bring up.
don't forget to tell us your ideas for stuff. If there's things that you want or things that you haven't seen or things that you feel that the market is not providing to you, let us know. We love to make stuff, and we would love to make the stuff you would like to buy.
Like a dinosaur-driven carriage.
Yes, I need 2. One for work and one for play. I need the sports model.
I'd want mine drawn by nothing less than a brontosaurus.
Those are slow and large, and you can just build the attachment onto them.
Are you sure they're slow?
Give me something fast. I need a raptor. Maybe something that flies. I don't know.
A raptor pulled carriage.
Yes,
This is
because
a
when they get
whole
hungry,
different- this
it'll
is a
be
whole
like
different
Oregon
concept.
Trail, only way scarier, because when it stops and they get hungry, they eat you.
I don't like this game.
I don't like this game.
That's too bad. You died of dysentery.
Honestly, I think James would be very, very happy riding around with a carriage being drawn by a pair of T-Rexes.
So, in other words, we're going to build a board game, a tabletop game, and it's going to be called Vikings and Dinosaurs. Or
Vikings and
Vikings and dinosaurs, sure. I think this is a good idea. We should run with this like scissors.
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
Dinosaurs, Vikings, and running with scissors. What do these things all have in common? This is stuff that happens at Worlds Overrun.
Oh yeah.
Or they're all bad ideas.
They're all bad ideas.
Yeah, but together, our bad ideas might be something halfway decent.
True.
Hey, it's no worse than anybody else's bad ideas. I mean,
Ours
You've
just
seen-
come with pretty little dinosaur figurines.
where'd you get that brontosaurus?
Mm. Now you got to do an
geez.
ankylosaur because they're armored.
I think an ankylosaur would be great. The only thing is that I kind of envision the ankylosaur a little bit like the couch that Hedonist bought from Futurama rides around on. So it'd be great if you didn't want to go anywhere very quickly.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what you do is you make a siege tower on its back, and it just kind of lumbers into position.
I don't know as if a
Can you
siege
imagine
tower.
how much? Now, just for a second, come with me on this magical vision land thing that we're going to go on here. Imagine Lord of the Rings with dinosaurs. The orcs would be way scarier if they were riding dinosaurs and not horses.
But what would the dwarves?
Riding horses
I think
What were
in the books they rode some horses.
in the books,
There's fell
not in
steeds.
the movies.
Hey, I read the books long before I ever saw the movies. So I was raised on that stuff. The Hobbit was a bedtime story, not just a way of life.
What would the Hobbit? What would the Hobbit be riding on?
What would a Hobbit? I don't know. Just stuff him in a backpack. I mean, he can Baby Yoda this thing. Just don't hit the backpack. That's not cool.
What about the dwarves?
Make them walk. They smell bad.
Make them walk. They smell bad. What would Smog be then?
Smog's a dragon. He doesn't need a mount. He is his own mount. That'd be weird if he mounted another mount. You like how I phrased that, right?
That brontosaurus looks pretty good right now.
Said no one ever.
What would the elves ride then?
Horses? I mean, unless you want dinosaurs.
So the bad guys get cool things, and all the good guys get is a lump of dumb horses.
Well, I mean, look at it. Even the Easterlings rode like giant elephant things, but there's no equivalent on the other side. It's basically knights on horses. That's your top tier. You walk or you ride a horse. Those are your options.
I thought we were adding dinosaurs.
Come to the evil side, and you get fell beasts and fell steeds. You could ride a troll, maybe an ogre if you can find one. I think about the only other non-horse thing that was written in that was an ent. And I don't think they volunteered initially to get on that ride.
You have to be this big to ride this ride.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. So, if you want a cool exotic mount, you have to be evil. That's how this works. Yay, dinosaurs for the bad guys.
Yay, dinosaurs for the bad guys.
Wow.
You know, we're going to have to concept some of these out because I think that might actually be a cool thing to do. You heard it here first. It was birthed here.
So James just put up the banner for that we've been playing with, but yeah, no, that was good. That showed our winner of the Thorn portal, the destroyed Thorn portal. So yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I think I'm all sillied out.
No.
When we were just giving something away more than anything.
I want to thank those of you that came out and checked us out tonight. And I appreciate you guys supporting Worlds Overrun and my team and my partners here. I'm Eric.
I'm Chris.
I'm James.
And this is Worlds Overrun.
Bye.